Hi everyone, my name's Denise McCabe and I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia on the New South Wales Central Coast, and this is my Make and Create / Card and a Cuppa for Wednesday the 30th of October. So let me just double check over on Facebook that I am live in the right place, so just bear with me while I do that, because you know how technology challenged I am. Let's just... Okay, looks like I'm in the right place. Yay. Yay, yay, yay. So, let me just get that back and put that over here. Hi, Elizabeth. How are you? Have you been able to get your OBS to work? We never sort of had that phone conversation, did we? Mine is working fine now. Hi, Felicity. Mine is working fine now. My problem was my, I can't think of the word. See, I'm technically challenged. Hi, Margaret. My hubby and I, well, my hubby, I just stand behind him when he's trying to work these things out, worked out that it was my, Chrome. I can't remember what that's called. You know how you can have Chrome to get onto the internet, or you can have Firefox or whatever. It was my Chrome. No, it still was Restream as I sorted out. Oh, okay. Yeah, it was my internet provider. No, not provider. Whatever Chrome is. I can't think of the right word because I'm hopeless. And he fixed all that up. So, fingers crossed, all my problems have gone away. Hi, Joan. Nice to see you all. Okay, so as I said, it's my Make and Create today. So if you ordered from me in September, you would have got a little card kit in the mail. Felicity, did you get one this month? I can't remember. I hope I haven't forgotten you. Wow. Let me just have a little look at my book and I'll be very upset if I've forgotten you. No, I don't think... Oh, did I post one out to you? Honestly, my brain... Okay, that's how yours was sorted, Elizabeth. Yeah. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it's going to work now. It looks like I posted one. I hope I posted one out to you for listen. Oh, thank goodness. I'm so glad. Because you ordered in September. Oh my goodness. I'm glad you got one. Thank goodness. Oof. My brain, I've just been doing so many things because we've got a baby shower here on Sunday for Olivia, our daughter, and I've been just running around like a chook without a head, getting everything sorted because I work Thursday, Fridays, so I'm trying to make it that Saturday's not going to be too frantic and hectic. So yes, I'm glad you got it, Felicity. Yay. Okay, let's go down to the craft desk and we can get started. Okay, so this is a sketch. I didn't get this sketch from the annual catalogue or the mini catalogue. I actually found this sketch on Pinterest. So this is what we're using. So we're using my sample card as the sketch. And I'm going to take this off because it's going to clack on the glass mat and be annoying. So yeah, so this is the card we're going to make. You would have got all your supplies in a little bag. Now I haven't done any of my embossing and I haven't done any of my die cutting. So I thought for people who haven't got a pack or who are new to card making, I would do that whilst you're watching so that you can see how that is done. Okay, now I've got the lady next door in her courtyard and I think she's going to make some noise, so I might have to shut my window. The silver foil's in the annual catalogue, and I wanted to show you, I did have a customer order the adhesive sheets last month. I think that was Colette. She ordered the adhesive sheets. Now the adhesive sheets are in the annual catalogue, and they do actually have a page in the annual catalogue called adhesives, which is great. You get 12 6x12 sheets of adhesive sheet, and you can cut them up to whatever size. Hi, Marilyn. And on the back, they've got these 3 panels that you can peel off one by one. So I thought I'd show you how I apply that to my foil or my glimmer paper or to anything that I want adhesive sheet on. So I normally cut mine, this is a 6x6 piece of silver foil, and I normally cut my adhesive sheet just a fraction shorter, and that's just so I don't get the sticky of the adhesive sheet on my glass mat or my grid paper or whatever. I just make it a fraction smaller. So we're going to turn our foil, silver foil over, and I'm going to peel off the first backing off the adhesive sheet. And I do it that way because if I peel all of it off, it's just sticking on my fingers and I get into a right bother. And then I'm just going to line it up on the back of my foil and press it down. So that's that one. So they're in 2-inch strips. So that's one. I find that's the easiest. Oh, that's so good. I'm glad, Felicity. I do that. It's the easiest because then this isn't all sticky and tacky. That's just how I find it easiest. Now let me find my pokey tool. I keep going for my old pokey tool. I should use my new take your pick tool. I do have one here. Look. Okay, and then I get my pokey tool and I just pick up the other piece and peel that off and just press it down. So basically what we're doing is we're making our silver foil into a sticker. And then once again I pick off the last 2-inch strip and I press that down. And I use the adhesive sheets for anything, any intricate die that I don't want to try and get into a mess with glue. And I do find the Decorative Trees bundle. It's got lots of intricate dies, and this is the best way to go, I feel. Now I'm just burnishing that down with my bone folder, and so now that piece of foil is actually like a sticker. It's got adhesive sheet on the back that we can pull off once we run the dies through. So let me just get my act together. I did forget one of my embossing folders. Alright, Rosie, I'm not going to step on you. Okay, this embossing folder, the Forever Plaid, is part of the Reindeer Days Sweet Collection, and so I've used that. I've used the Distressed Tile embossing folder, the Decorative Trees bundle, and this little bit of plaid paper, which you actually end up not being able to see that much of, is from the A Little Bit Festive. It's the paper that we used last week that I found quite challenging to use for Christmas. I'm just trying to get it out of what's left over. So this is the one we used last week on this card. On this card. Can you believe this is week 5 of my 12 weeks of Christmas? How insane is that? So that was the side that we used on this card last week. And the other side has plaid in Night of Navy and white, basic white. So I wanted to try and use this paper for Christmas. So that's what we've used, and I've used a Peaceful Season die, and I didn't get that off my shelf. Goodness, thought it was organised, obviously not. Now I will grab my embossing machine, cut emboss machine, and bring it over. I'll move my card out of the way for the minute, and we'll do everything on that we need with the emboss machine. Okay, so let's do our dry embossing first. So with dry embossing you only need platform 1 and the specialty plates. Now I've got to find my cards. I've buried my card. Okay, my bits for my card. Okay, let's get that, throw my packet away. Okay, so I've got to die cut a tree. Die cutting is there. Let's do our dry embossing. So in your pack that you've received, you will already have your pieces embossed and your pieces die cut. So this is it's a big embossing folder. It's 6 inches by 8.5 inches. Hi Tanya, thanks for joining. So I'm just trying to open this up because I'm just fumble fingers today. There we go. So we're going to emboss our larger piece that is the background of our card. And I'm just going, the plaid embossing folder is really good because of all the lines. You can actually put your piece of cardstock in and line it up nice and straight. And we'll pop that in and we'll put our specialty plate on top. What's the weather like in Western Australia, Tanya? We've got a lovely day here. It's about, I think about 25. This is the weather I love. Not too hot, not too cold, just right. Okay, so that's our background matching piece embossed with the plaid embossing folder. Okay, and then we've got this other little bit. You know what? I'm just going to drop things on the floor once I've used them so that my desk isn't messed. Got too much on it. This is our other little piece that we're going to dry emboss with the distressed tile embossing folder. So this is one of my sunny and warm. This is one of my favourite embossing folders, the distressed tiles. So I've just put that in, and once again they're 3D embossing folders. You just need platform 1 and platform 4. $27 degrees. Oh, that's not too bad. I don't mind that. So this is the little panel that the tree is going to go on, and that's the distressed tile embossing folder. So I shall pop that away. Now we don't need to emboss anymore. We need to die cut. Okay. So with die cutting you need platform 1, platform 2, and 2 platform 3s of your plastic mats. So in our decorative trees bundle, I'm going to open it up. You can see I've got some little bits all die cut from either ones I was going to do or ones I changed my mind. And we need the snowflake one. I know we don't have snowflakes here in Australia, but you know what? When else are we going to make a card with a tree that has snowflakes? Okay, so this is a piece of Night of Navy cardstock, so I'm just going to pop that on, pop my plate on. So this is like the standalone tree die. I'll show you this pack, this lot of dies when we're done. So that's cut out our standalone tree. I'll put that die there. I'm not going to get much out of that. And then this is our silver paper that we've put the adhesive sheet on the back. And this is our snowflake die. So I'm just lining that up. Now if you've got a really detailed die, sometimes you put adhesive sheet on the back of your glimmer paper or your foil, sometimes you need to roll it through 2 or 3 times just to get it to cut through, because you've got like an extra thickness on it. Okay, so I'm going to leave that one in the die and I'll show you how that works. So now that piece, what I then normally do is I just put a little note for the dummies that can't remember if she's put it on or not, because you do not want to put another piece on, because that's just wasteful. You don't need to. Okay, so this is going to be for my banner from the Peaceful Season bundle. I only got the words in this bundle, in this suite. I know lots of people have got the trees that came with this, but I didn't. I just got the words and the die, the banner dies, because that's all I wanted. Now I could go that way or I could go this way. let's see. Let's just cut a little bit of this off so we're not doing silly things. I never know whether I should do my die cutting or my embossing, dry embossing before I do a live, or whether that's a waste of time, but I don't know. Maybe you guys can tell me, because I don't know. I don't want to do things that you already know how to do. Like, now I'm going to run another one through in case I stuff up my stamping, and then I've got a spare ready to go, and if I don't need it, I'll just put it in my little box of die cuts that I can use at another time. Hi Jennifer. Okay, so I'm not going to keep that. I know I could, but I'm not going to. So let's get rid of this out of the way. That's all that cutting and embossing that we need to do. Okay. Now let's bring everything back in. I know what I was going to do. I was going to show you guys. Okay. When I get a stamp set or a bundle that's got lots and lots of standalone dies, this is what I tend to do. I'll put that there. What I do is my trees here. I tend to stamp out the images and then die cut them to show you what gets die cut. So all these sentiments, they don't have dies to go for them, to go with them, but there's a string with a die, the baubles and a star with a die, and of course this standalone tree die. But these are all the intricate dies that go with this bundle, and it's such a cool bundle. I really like it. So you can choose if you want snowflakes, if you want lines across, if you want a plaid tree, if you want a dotty tree. These ones are slightly smaller, so you actually do cut down your tree when you put those onto your tree. That goes over the top, and it cuts down here. So you just cut that bottom foof of the tree. Thanks, Tanya. I just think it's really helpful in class, and then people can see exactly what they're going to get if they order this bundle. So these two, yeah, go on a smaller tree, a shorter tree. So they layer over the standalone die, but this last lot of swoosh on the tree, that only comes to there. So you just cut your tree off there. So that's just what I do. I just find it helps me. So let's just get this out of the die, and I'll put the dies back where they belong so I don't lose them. I won't throw those on the floor, because you never know, Rosie just might decide to run off with them. I doubt it, but you never know. You can never be too sure. Okay, so let's bring our sample card back in. That one's not going to go anywhere. That's still got to have silver in it. So let's get started. Okay, so you will have, if you got a card pack, a piece of A5 Night of Navy, scored at 10.5 centimeters. So we're just going to get that nice and scored. And then you've got a piece of white, basic white, that's embossed, dry embossed with the Perfectly Plaid embossing folder. You've got a piece of the Perfectly Plaid Designer Series paper from the A Little Bit Festive. Now I'm going to do that. I'm not going to use that side because I used that side last week. I'm going to use the plaid, and this week I might put my bow somewhere else so you can see a little bit more of the plaid. I don't know. So let's move our card base to one side. So put your adhesive on your plaid piece or on your dashes, whichever one you want to show. And if you've got the glass mat or a piece of grid paper and you've got the lines on the embossing folder, I just line it up with that. You don't really need your glass mat because you've got the embossing folder to help you line it up. And if I get it crooked, I'm in a world of trouble. So that's that. And I'm doing all this before I attach it to my card base because we're going to put some ribbon on. What did I do with my ribbon? Here we go. So this is the striped trim iridescent ribbon. So I'm going to, you've got a piece and in your pack that will wrap around your card matting piece, and you've got a bow as well. So you can decide where and when you want to attach your ribbon. Now, I'm just going to put a little bit of seal on the back where I want my ribbon to go. And I'm going to, did I put it? Yes, you can't see it, but I did. And I'm just putting it in the center of my plaid piece of designer series paper. I've got a little bit too much, so I'm just going to trim it down. If you want, you can trim it down too. And that's there, like so. Now, the next thing we're going to do is do this piece of our card. Oh, that's a good idea, Marilyn. That is such a good idea. I've just been going through my spare room because this is a craft room. It's not a spare room. And I bought so many kits when I was doing the markets that I didn't sell. So I am using one of those kits in a class next, because yeah, they're kits are cash and carry, so you can or buy them and sell them on at markets, but I sold some but not many. Okay, so you can see how if you don't put your bow there, you can see a little bit more of the plaid, which is what I'm liking today. So let's just move that to one side, and we've got our standalone tree, and I'm going to grab my die. Oops, this is where you get little bits all over the place. I did vacuum my craft room last week, you cannot tell, but I am not going to re-vacuum it this week. Okay, so you can sit here and poke all these bits out, but you know what? You really don't have to, because once you start peeling the backing off your adhesive sheet, so I just get a pokey tool, take your pick tool, and I just start peeling it like you would a sticker. And once you start peeling it, it pretty much brings out all those pesky little bits that you don't want. Just be gentle down the bottom here, because it sort of gets a bit attached. But see how these bits come away? So cool. I like that. So you don't get as many little offcuts everywhere. Now, just before you do attach it, just make sure all your little bits and bobs have come out. And mine have, I'm pretty sure. And then, so you've got a sticky tree now. Then you're just going to line it up with the top of your standalone tree die. And I'm hoping my head's not coming in, because that would defeat the purpose. Just line it up. And it does stick to your fingers, so don't go rip, tear, bust. Just take it easy. And then you just ease it into place on each of the tree branches. Does that make sense? I hope this. Are you crafting along, Felicity? I hope I'm explaining it properly. It's one thing to sit here and make them when you just sit in your craft room by yourself, but then to try and explain it, you sort of think, oh, am I making any sense? Okay, you just carefully ease it down onto each of the tree branches. And I find that, even though it's a little bit of a pest with it being sticky, I find that so much easier than trying to put glue on the back of these intricate dies. So that's what your little tree should look like. Thank you, Felicity. I'm making you type as well. Isn't that terrible? So, yeah. So you're obviously not at work today, so that's good. You can watch live. Although when you watch your replay, you can always stop and start it. I find that really good. I saw, was it Susan Campfield? She did a really cool fun fold card just recently. Well, she does them all the time. She does really cool cards. And I thought, oh yeah, I've got to have a go at that. But yeah, when I watch the replay, it's good because I can pause her as I go. Okay, so that's your little intricate tree attached to your standalone die cut piece of Night of Navy. So cool. Now with this, you will have to have your own dimensionals because I didn't put those in your pack. And I'm just going to put one here. I normally do a little bit of overkill with the dimensionals when it's going onto a embossed piece of cardstock, and I put a little tiny one up the top, only because I just find it's got to attach to sort of uneven terrain. So there we go. So take you had a short day. That's good. Short days are good. I don't have short days at my new job. But I'm only there 2 days a week, so I'm very thankful. Okay, so I'm just going to try and center this if I can. My eyeball is not, that looks pretty centered. And just press it down. Adhere it to your little panel. Okay? So you should have it at that point. I'm going to have a sip of green tea to make sure everyone's caught up. And I'll get rid of this. A few little bits. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this panel to my card base. And my finger got caught on the seal. I normally don't like using like tape adhesive, but I think for intricate dies it's very important. So pop your card matting piece onto your card base and just make sure it's centered with an even border all the way around. And I've got glue spurtage. I always have glue spurtage. I put it too close to the edge and then it spurts out. There we go. So that's our card base. I think I put an insert in your packets too. I don't know. Did I? I think I did. I can't open this. What's wrong with it? Oh, I think I did. Hi, Anita. That's alright. You can always rewatch the beginning bit. So this piece is going to go on with dimensionals as well. So let's just place our dimensionals and we can decide. And once again, I do a little bit more overkill with my dimensionals because it's going onto a embossed piece of cardstock. Oh, we don't want our tree upside down. I will make, I think I'm finished with my glue. I will make my bow and then we can discuss. See, look, Felicity, that's what happens when I send something out a week ahead. I can't work out, I can't remember. Oh, that's a bad thing, isn't it? If you can't remember. No, it's because I've got a lot going on, a lot on my mind. So that's what I'm not losing my mind. I've got a lot on my mind. Okay, so I'm just making my bow. You will have a bow pre-made in your pack. I just find that's easier because I never know how much people need to make their own bow. So I just think, I'll just make it for you. Okay, so, and I'm just going to snip that off, put my ribbon to one side. So this ribbon is in the annual catalogue. Yes, annual catalogue. It's beautiful, and I love it because it goes with everything. Sometimes if you buy a coloured ribbon, it limits to what you can do with it and use it with, but anything white, like the white and silver edged ribbon, I love it because it goes with everything. Okay, and we've got some little iridescent pearls to match our iridescent ribbon. Before we attach it to our card, I'm going to stamp, I'm going to stamp a little sentiment. Now, I used a sentiment from the Peaceful Season bundle because I wanted it to be, what did I do with the other one? I wanted it to fit this little die. The one in this stamp set, May All Your Days Be Merry, is too long. So I would have used that, but I wanted to fit this. So let's get our Peaceful Season stamp set. And Love and Joy to You is the one I'm using. So you just get out whatever sentiment that will work for you to fit on this banner. Or if you want to cut another banner, you're more than welcome to do that. Just looking for my Night of Navy ink pad, which I have buried. Okay, and because it's photopolymer, I feel like I might get it straight, but you know what? Maybe I shouldn't say that until I've stamped. That's just broken at the end, and I don't know why. Let's just... fingers crossed. If not, I've got another die cut out. I'm happy with that. So very minimal stamping on this. You could just buy the dies if you didn't want it, the whole suite. Okay. So I think this one, see this sketch that I followed, it had this panel piece over to the right and the bow there. And that's why I did it that way. But I think I quite like it centered. So I'm thinking I'm going to change mine around. I'm going to go rogue, I think. And maybe put my bow up there. What do people think? Or should I not put the bow on at all? You tell me. and Felicity, you tell me what you're doing. I think the other ladies are at work that got their card packs, so they can't tell me. Does that bow look silly up the top? Bow, whoops, hang on, I've got to get rid of my mouse to read Tanya's. There we go. Bow up top, but on the corner maybe. Oh, I like that. No bows needed. Ooh. So let me see. So I could move it up. I could put my sentiment down here. And this is what I mean. That was the sketch I followed. Hi, Lorraine. You like it at the top too. Okay. All right. So 2 people wanted it at the top. Okay. So that was true to the sketch. But this is what I mean. With sketches, you can go rogue and you can change. Well, I'm not really going that much rogue. But you can change it up a little bit. You know, move your sentiment, move your bow. So will the I can trim my tails down. Shall I put? Let's trim them down. Okay, I haven't got anything attached to my card base yet. Could put it there, or should we put it like at the top of the tree, or is it too big for the top of the tree? Marilyn doesn't think it needs a bow. I do like... Okay, let's just move that to one side. Let's attach this panel to our card. And we can see how we go. So I'm going to center it. I'm not going to put it over to the... what am I doing? Over to the... Might get off my fingers. To the right. I'm going to center it this time. So going a little bit rogue. And I'm going to move it up a little bit so I've got a bit of space for my banner. Like a, you know. On the side at the top. Like so. Do you think that looks good? I think it looks good. And I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of my banner. So I'm just going to put that like so. So yeah, I've been running around like a headless chook, but I'm nearly there. All I've got to do on Saturday, yeah, love it. Okay, we'll put the bow there. Sorry, Marilyn, we've decided the bow's going on, but we could certainly make one without the bow. So I'm centering my banner. No, that's not centered, Denise. Get off. Center it. That's pretty close, I think. I've just got to pick up the cake for the baby shower on Saturday and buy the fruit for the fruit platter. I'll see if I can show you what I'm going to do with the fruit. I saw this really cool idea and I thought I'm going to do that. So I put 2 glue dots on my bow just to make sure it sticks properly just behind the knot, and we're going to pop it here. There we go. And you would have got 3 little iridescent pearls in your kit, and I'm just going to place them. And I like the distress tile embossing folder because it sort of gives you some flatter places to put your pearls, you know, like it's textured enough to, you know, make it easy. I like easy. You've come to terms with the bow being on, Marilyn. That's good. How exciting. Yes. Did I hear on Saturday, Tanya, that you have a 9-year-old granddaughter, or was that somebody else? I can't remember. You don't look old enough to have a 9-year-old granddaughter. So that's our card. The grandbaby is due in January. 11th of January is the due date. And yeah, it is very exciting. It's our first grandbaby. And she's keeping very well, and it's lovely. So that's our card today for our Make and Create. I hope I didn't go too fast. And yeah. So I hope you like it. So as I said, you can just do really simple cards with a sketch layout. And we just changed it a little bit. We moved it, centered it so your plaid is showing a little bit more to match your plaid embossing folder. I've got a 9-year-old, 2.5-year-old. Yeah, exciting times ahead, yeah. Thanks, Felicity. I'm really glad you like it. The tree is pretty cute, isn't it? I really like it. I love this tree, decorative trees bundle. And, you know, you can just play around with sketches and come up with just, I mean, the only difference we did was center our panel here, moved our sentiment down to the bottom and moved our bow to the side. That's the only thing we did different. So it's nice to just play around. Nice. I'll put an insert in later, and then you can just stamp a sentiment inside. I'm sure we've all got lots of sentiments we can use. So let me find my OBS again and go back to here. Yay. So that's our card today from our sketch. The DSP is the A Little Bit Festive DSP in the holiday catalogue, Tanya. It's the one that's got 3 pieces of double-sided paper and 3 sheets of die cuts. It's the one I did for a mega class. And it's only like $17.50 for the pack, and you can just get so much out of it. That's our card. I was going to show you my next card class. I've had to reorganize my card classes. I'll just go back down to the craft desk because the Christmas decoration kit is not available. Still, I double checked this morning. It's still not available. I've had to push that class to December, but I found a card kit that I had for the markets that I was going to sell. but I didn't sell it, so I'm going to use that card kit. So there's 3 of the cards from the card kit, and we'll do 2 of the Reindeer Days cards, and we'll do a little book treat box. So that's now the 9th of November. It's $25 for that class, or free with a $50 order placed on the day. So if you're local and you'd like to come along to a class and get some Christmas cards made, there we go, you could. And these are cute. These are from the Reindeer Days suite. Oh, that's my measurements. They're really cute. Put a little chocolate or something in there. Cute, cute, cute. So let's go back to pasting. I know what I was going to try and show you. I'll try and show you the fruit platter that I'm going to do. If I can find it on my phone. It's probably a bit ambitious. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Oh, this way. Can you see that? So it's like a hollowed out watermelon. And I bought a melon baller. And so I can do the melon balls for the rock melon and the watermelon. And just fill it with some grapes as well. So that's my Saturday job, Saturday afternoon job for the baby shower on Sunday. Wish me luck. So thank you for watching. It is pretty cute. I hope I can do it. I'll take photos and let you know if I was successful or not. Thank you for watching, everyone. Have a great rest of the week. I will be back on Monday on YouTube with a pre-recorded video for my Makeup Monday. Have a great rest of the week, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye for now.